One sin I've struggled with a lot as a Christian, as a Christian teen, that is pride. I've struggled with pride so many times, and I still do, as a matter of fact, right? I still do struggle with pride, but fortunately, as I walk with Jesus more, I get to be humbled more and I humble myself more. But going back to pride is such a dangerous sin. I think it's one of the most dangerous sins out of all. And if you think about it, it's even the original sin, right? It's the one Satan has fallen into when he was kicked out of heaven. I mean, pride, first of all, pride is dangerous because in many cases, right? So many times you're not even aware that you're committing pride. You're not even aware of that you're actually committing the sin of pride, and you think that everything is going okay. Like, this happens with most of the sins, right? You're not aware that you're doing a sin while you're actively doing it. But with pride, that is so much more with pride. I mean, with pride, you think you're doing the right thing while perhaps God wants the opposite thing for you. But you still continue because you think that that is the right way because of your pride. And I mean, I always thought, and I still believe this, but pride is the root of so many other sins, right? Like, it's like pride was I don't know, so many other sins stem from pride. I mean, if you think about it, right? Pride, an interpretation of pride is like privileging your own way of doing things, your own will, your own desire, intellect, over that of God. Like, you're saying, I want to do things my way. I want to do things the way I want, not the way God wants. So I am doing things how I want. And God, I don't want things God's way. It's even worse when you think that your way is like, it's even worse, right? When you think you're doing things God's way, but actually you're doing it your own way, disguised in God's way. And so you misinterpret what God's will, what God wants for you, and you're saying it's kind of like you're gaslighting yourself and saying that, oh yeah, God wants this for me, when in reality you want that for yourself, not God. And so yes, one thing I've dealt with pride is that, like, for example, one of the reasons pride is dangerous because, for example, I don't know, maybe we're spiritually we're in a, let's say, good position. We can think that everything is going well, everything is going okay, right? There's no temptation, there isn't like the season you're in may not be filled with temptation or tests or challenges or difficulties. Let's take those cases for example. I mean, pride is dangerous because in those moments, right, you can think that your life might, you know, your life might be perfect, or your life is going the way you want it to be, or you think you're in a stable situation, both physically, spiritually, financially. But I think that those are the most dangerous situations. Like, in those seasons, it's very easy for your pride to lead you away from God. Because in those moments, it's easy to say that you don't need God anymore. You don't need His support. You don't need His strength because you are okay. And that is where I think pride might be dangerous. Because you think that things are going perfect. You think that we're in a good spiritual condition, spiritual situation, but in reality, you're actually you're committing so many sins that you're not even aware of. So yeah, let's be careful with pride, and let's be careful not be consumed by pride.